welcome back to Horse Racing today for terrific Terry Tuesday after a terrific pick 4 day from Terry yesterday. We had the last two of them, I think, right?
Yeah, I did. And although my pick of the day for some reason stopped in the middle of the race and ran dead last, I don't know what happened. My second choice won it though.
Yeah, my horse that I picked to win did win. I just couldn't pair him up with anything on the doubles or the exactas. So
yeah.
Hopefully today will be a little bit different story. We did pick some winners today. If you're following what we're doing over at horseracingtoday.net, I promised that we'd put some Ascot stuff up in there. I was up to 2 a.m, making sure I got all of that done. Put some videos up on YouTube, some shorts that got some traction. Hopefully you went over there and looked at those. It was a little frustrating trying to put the template together, but once I got the template together, went smooth. So make sure you head on over there tonight or tomorrow morning for Royal Ascot. I had the winner in 4 out of 5 races, including the $50 winner in race number 5. So I'm not too upset with that. Kind of hard with these 20-horse fields, though, to be honest, to put together the exactas and trifectas. But you had bet rolling doubles, you bet exactas, and you bet doubles, and $2 to win on every horse. You would have came away with a profit today at Royal Ascot. And I think if you can leave Royal Ascot on any day with a profit with those deep fields, that's a good day. In fact, Terry, if you can leave any track with a profit, that's a good day, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, absolutely. And it don't matter how much it is, as long as it's profit, you did good.
So let me ask you a question, and let us know in the comment section how you measure profit. For me, a great day at the track is any day where you pay for your food, you pay for your drinks, you pay for your bets, and you walk away at least break even at the track. Is that a profitable day for you, or it's a profitable day for you? You put the food and the drinks in one column, and you put the bets in another column, and as long as the bets are break even or positive, that's a good day at the track.
Yeah, for me, if I pay for everything and go with the money I came with, that's a profit. So
you got the pick 5 thanks to your picks
right.
at which track? At yesterday at Parx or today at yesterday? Okay, beautiful. Well, I don't think you could have got the pick 5 over at the other track over there, the Royal Ascot, because it's just crazy fields over there. Anyway, let's talk about some other free stuff today real quick, and then we'll go about our business. Today's free picks over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. I don't remember, to be honest. It's just crazy trying to remember. It is Presque Isle Downs over on I think that's another Pennsylvania track right before you cross out of the border over there in Erie, Pennsylvania, on the all-weather where our good friend Willie Martinez rides. So link in the description below. Of course, there's a link to our smart sheets as well as our explanations to the smart sheets. Don Johnson, how are you? Let's get some cash today. I agree. Let me rebound before we get started. If you like the show, please hit the like button. Please comment, like our good friends, CRW Construction and Don Johnson have. Let us know what picks you have, what things you like across the board today. Terry, let's get cooking with race number 1 and try to squeeze in race number 2 as well.
Well, first of all, let me say that the pick 5 yesterday appears to me it paid $1,000, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so in this,
you should definitely hit the tip jar. Then I don't know where there's a link, but you can find one somewhere. I should put them in the description. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's right. 7 furlongs, maiden claiming race, $10,000 claiming price, purse $19,000 for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
All right, looking to break even for Colonel Sanders. Yeah, I think that's a good day at the track, dude, for me too. All right, so 7 furlongs, the profile of a winner. What we're looking for are horses that have early speed. Speed did do pretty well yesterday at Parx, 37% at the tweener distance, go wire to wire. It's a rail bonus for JJ's Honor, 2 and 3 the best, 4 through 7 a discount, 8 and out are almost fair. Terry, in race number 1, speed 37%, go wire to wire. Who's got the best chance to do that here?
Well, the 9 does. Outside horse got 31% and should go, if long as it gets a good break, should go wire to wire, or at least get out the quarter ports first.
Yeah, we've got a couple of things out here though to look at. Faux pas, 16-point. Last race speed figure edge, 14-point late speed edge. Again, every 5 points equals about 1 length. Has an 11-point total pace edge, so almost a 2-length victory. Total pace is predicting. So we look down here. This race should be pretty balanced, although most of the horses want to be middle forward. That 4-horse with that late speed, not really a part of the early mix there, though, Terry. Could be its nemesis, the 6-horse, not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. Does look like the one speedster over there, Terry, has the best chance to get a race that fits its best performances.
Yes, it appears it's going to be the most comfortable in this race, getting way above that 50% margin that we like to see, or threshold. And it's 82%, so it should be very, very comfortable running in this type of race.
Yeah, only 2 horses so far have shown they can hit par for this level. That is 67. That's kind of a low threshold right in there, Terry. And only 2, according to our par plus calculations, 1,000 simulations, with a chance to do it today.
Yeah, that's that 4. And look, there's that 9 again.
There's that 9 again. There's that man again. All right, Terry, if you're going to look for a jockey or trainer combination, where do you start?
Well, the 5 has the best jockey according to the data, and the 8 has the best trainer, but I believe the 5 is the best combination of jockey and trainer.
All right, you think the 5 is the best combination of jockey and trainer? Who's your best combination to be the winner in the opener?
Well, as you can see here, my best is the 4. He ran second versus similar in his last race. He has the highest lap speed rating and his best start speed, as fast as among today's starters. And then I go with that 5, Risky Day. He finished in third versus similar in his last race at Parx Racing. Has a high percentage winning jockey. Then 6, Lady Tozi. He drops in class, and he has a trainer that wins 18% of the clean races. He has a horse running in and a shorter distance. Then the 1, he drops in class today. The Rail Post is winning at a 19% clip, and he has a nice bullet for workout on June 11th. Very first, Don Johnson, Miami Vice, pick 4, 1, 4, 5, 6 with 2, 3, 5, 6 with the 1, 2 with the 2, 3, 6, $48 ticket.
So the 9 scratched out. Must have been a late one. So I went about changing my picks. There doesn't really impact my pick 4. So I'm going to go the 4 full paw, top last race speed figure, top last race speed. I mean, just all those big number advantages. 1 of 2 yes horses. The other yes horse is the 1 horse, JJ's Honor. Going to send today based upon that 3 furlong workout. About the 9 in there. Should move up on that list a little bit there. Number 6, Lady Tozi. Could be better in the 3rd start after a layoff. And then I have the 5 horse scratch into the spot. Risky Day, Terry. Not quite sure why it gets that ranking. It's just the way they ranked out in there. I probably should put the 7 in there. In fact, I'm going to put the 7 in there instead, me accounting, because it is in our top 4. Well, the 5 is the second pick in there. We'll just leave it at that. Second pick in top total pace. That's it for me. My pick 4 looks like this: 1, 4, 2, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 1, 3, 6 to close it out. How long do we have to the first race here, Mr. Terry? 0 minutes.
Yeah. And let me say that I was saying the first race are fillies, so sorry about that.
So real quick, for our good friend Don Johnson, there's our picks for race number 2, so that you can get yourself prepped for that double if you can hit the enter before the gates open for race number 1. They're about set. I think Jessica Paquette will be the race caller today. She is indeed. I just heard her in my ear. Not that she's speaking to me directly, but I'm watching on TVG, which should give us, which reached out to TVG, I don't know how many times, just to do the affiliate deals or FanDuel. And there so far have not been all that cooperative. And if you know anything about affiliate deals, you only get paid on conversions, and yet no luck so far. All right. Well, the 1 horse, JJ's Honor, one of the 2 horses that have a yes in their par race columns, has indeed darted to the lead, and he got bet down to 6-5, Terry, from 10-1. That's a pretty aggressive drop in the odds.
Yes.
The 3 horse, and then the 7 horse, the other one I didn't put in there, running in second at the moment. The 4 horse is your even money favorite. They ran in 23.38 seconds. Maybe a touch on the quick side for a 7 furlong race. So the 1 horse is extending a little bit. The 4 horse has already been asked. The jockey on the 1 horse is trying to save some time because he went crazy in a 46 and 92 in the opening half. I think the 3 horse right here, Terry, is going to give this 1 horse all he can handle. They come around the turn. The 1 horse is up the track a little bit, trying to push that 3 horse out. Down the stretch they come. The 3 horse is trying to catch the 1 horse. I don't think he's going to get that job done. The one horse on the front takes this one, Terry, at 6-5. I would have been much happier if he stayed at 10-1 for my pick 4.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but he didn't, right? Unfortunately. Yep. Yeah, there you go. That's why we do these yes horses, folks. They've shown they can hit par, and they do it again. The 4 horse not firing today at long odds. And thank you, Mr. Sanders and Lauren Schapp, for the scratch information on the 9. Our community is the best quality control group on the planet. No and ifs or buts about it, Terry. They hold us to account.
That's it.
All right, so on to race number 2 we go, Terry. We kind of foreshadowed that a little bit for Don Johnson in the double, but now let's get to the details.
It's a 6.5 furlong race, claiming race $12,500, purse $23,000 for fillies, 3-year-olds, or fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
6.5 furlongs. The style that gets the job done most frequently is early speed. The third, go wire to wire. The inside 3 horses, Terry, have all the advantage, although E.T. Gypsy's Rose. I know that one's scratched out. At least I hope so. So I'm going to make a mistake there. We'll find out in just a moment. So if inside 3 speed matters in race number 2, Terry, which one has got the most of it?
Well, it appears that the 2 does, but the 5's very close, and also the 6. So this could be an anybody's race game.
Yeah, the 3's right in that mix too, as is the the 4 is probably not going to be there, but according to pace, might not be that far off. Yeah. Looking at the race picture here, Terry, you got speed galore versus a closer. Usually you want the first 2 up front, so that would be the 2 or the 5. They have the best chance to go in there, but the 2 is a closer. So that's a little left arrow action out of that guy. Terry, not high on the C-zone, though. Who's the best likely trip getter today?
Well, it looks like the 3 and the 4 have the best chance to be very comfortable in this race, as they're way above that 50% threshold that we like to see.
Mm-hmm. And none of them so far have hit par, Terry. So we're going to look at that par plus number there as an opportunity who's got the best chance today. And looks like a few might be able to eclipse that 79. Yeah,
it looks like to me that the only one that can is the 2, as you can see there. Well, it's not the only one, but it's the highest. And then you've got the 3 and the 5 that are pretty close to that. So,
speaking of which, the 5, last race, speed figure edge of 5 points. We also have the 2 horse here, the big late speed advantage with that early pace mix today too. Top total pace of about a length more than everybody else. I think the 2 doesn't need to lead, Terry. I think he sits behind this wall of speed, lets them run out, gets in a comfortable position, tries to run by them at the end. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that in this race, that the 5's going to win this race. I'm a lucky girl. She ran second in her last race. She has the highest last speed rating, and her early speed running style will help her chances. Then the 6, Silver City Kitty, finished in the money in 2 races out of 4 career starts at Parx Racing, winning one of the races, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. Switches to high percentage winning jockey Paco Lopez. And then I like the 2, 59.50. She has finished in the money in 4 out of 5 starts, winning one of the races, and her best dirt speed is fast among today's starters. And then I like the 3, Miss Ruckus. She's won her last race by a whopping 14 lengths, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to play the second pick 4, Miami Vice, 2-3-5-6 with 1-2 with the 2-3-6 with the 2-3-5-7. That's a $48 ticket.
I'm going to start off with El Número 2, 59.50. That one is a simulation favorite, Terry. Top total pace of a length. It is that left arrow horse. It's the only maybe horse squaring off against a bunch of no's. The top par plus to boot, and the biggest class dropper. Lots of reasons to like 59.50. Silver City Kitty won the only other time in the 4 races that this horse has run when Paco Lopez took the irons. I'm a lucky girl. Top last race speed figure of a handful of points better than everybody else, although I'm not sure taking on some extra distance after fading of the shorter distance last time works to its benefit, but we'll see today. And then Miss Ruckus, the 3 horse, was a tough call for me over the 4. But every single thing in the smart sheets, you see the 3 rates out ahead of the 4. Here, 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 and here. So why in the world would I take the 3 over the 4, even in C-zone, where the 4 has the tough high score as well? My pick 4, 256, 235, 136, 257, 3x3x3x3. That's a $40.50 ticket. And I think the rest of my pick 4s look just like that one. $10 double today, 2, 5, and 6 with the 3. Again, a little bit more foreshadowing for me as to what's coming up in race number 3, Terry. But before we get to why I singled the 3, let's talk about what the 3 and others are running for.
Well, they're going to stretch out to 1 mile and 70 yards. It's an optional claiming race, a $16,000 claiming price. Purse is $26,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for $16,000 or less and which have never won 2 races, or a claiming price of $16,000 or never won 2 races.
Yes, and Terry is out of breath right now, so I'll give him a moment. 1 mile and 70 yards, $170. The bias favors, again, early speed, a third. Get the call at the first call. Get the call at $170. There's a real bonus for Tariba Dream. 2 through 7, they are fair post positions. 8 and out, a small discount, Terry. So still a third of the horses in race number 3. Get to the lead, keep the lead, and go all the way around the track. But once again, we see a competitive start to this one.
That's right. They all show some speed, especially the 5, 6, 3, and 4. It's a who knows race, going to get to that quarter pole first. Just depends on who gets the best break with no trouble.
Yes, and another race filled with red here, Terry.
Yeah, all of it except for the 6 is a maybe, came within 2 points of equaling or exceeding the speed par number for this race.
Yeah, and only 2 of them showing in our simulations that getting above the par number today, according to Brisnet, of 80. Yeah. Is in the cards. You know, of course, these are simulations. They're not foolproof. Our race shape shows a pretty balanced race, maybe 1 extra closer in here. So a little bit weighted towards speed, but not greatly weighted towards speed, Terry. So if you're going to pick a horse in here that might get a trip, that finds itself in the winner's circle, a trio of them above 50%.
Yeah, 6 is the farthest above that, but it's followed up by the 4 and the 2. They're all above that 50% threshold, and they should be very comfortable in this race.
The 3 horse, Midway Vow, 5-point last race speed figure edge, also grades out as our top total pace horse. Again, usually the top 4 end up in the winner's circle. One of them, you see a pretty big gap between the 2 and the 3 and the other one. So maybe the 2 or 3 is a good place to start. 3 is the simulation favorite, Terry. You picked the 2.
Yeah, I sure did. I starting out with that 2 because you know me. She has finished in the money in 3 of her 4 starts, winning 1 of the races, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Very competitive horse. And then I like the 1. She won her last race at Tampa Bay Downs. Rail Post winning at a 19% clip. She has a high percentage winning trainer. Midway Vow, the 3, won her last race by 8 3/4 lengths. Her best third speed, as fast as among today's starters. She actually tied with another horse, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. And then I like 5, Persuasive, as my long shot. She won her last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer, and she has a good workout on June 8th at 4 furlongs. No additional bets for me here.
Well, I'm going to take the 3 horse, Midway Vow, and I hope to get 3-1 on that one. It's our simulation favorite. It is our top par plus horse. It is our top last race speed figure by 5 points. By far, well, it's certainly not measuring much, the best par plus. When you look at the 3, though, Terry, this one is the famous, as we call him, track dropper, coming in from Oak Lawn Park. Decent workouts at Parx getting prepped for today. I love those track droppers at Parx. Number 5, Persuasive. Couldn't persuade me out of taking the 3, but could be on the lead. Absolutely hammered the competition when it came to Parx after coming in from Aqueduct, another track dropper. Number 2, You Know Me. That one is the biggest class dropper. You see that here, going down 1 length. Switch to Mikel Sanchez today, could be a tell and help for a better trip. And then number 1, Tariba Dream, consistent horse. Another one that's making the track drop. I'm going to put 20 to win on the 3, a $5 exact key box, 3 over the 1, 2, 5, and then a $1 double, 3 over the 1, 2, 4, and 6 for race number 3. Off to race 4 we go, and a 9-race card today. Terry, take it away.
Okay, it's a mile. It's a claiming race, $5,000 claiming price. Purse is $18,000. It's for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won 2 races since December 17th.
Yes, and to get that second win since a week before Christmas, at a mile, 1 trip around the oval in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. I've been by the track. I've never been to the track. Terry, have you been in Parx yet?
I've never been to Parx, no.
Yeah, I've been to the casino. I just haven't been to the track. Anyway, 1 mile on that 1 trip around that track there. Early speed, 31%. So Wilbert Montgomery for all the Eagles fans. There is a rail discount for Cindy Song. 2 and 3 get a bonus. 4 through 7 play fair. 8 and out is the best place to be. So do we have any Buffalo girls in race number 4 on the outside with some gas, Terry?
Well, the 5 has pretty much shows a lot of speed there, but also the 3. I think the 3 and the 5 are going to go head to head to that quarter pole.
Yeah, if we take a look at this race, Terry, you got a ton of speed in here, and then you have a co-pilot. You got a lone closer over here with the 6 being Quarter Flash, and that 6, if those other 5 horses go too fast, has about a 1.5 length late speed advantage, Terry. Any other advantages that the 6 might have that you see?
Well, yeah, the 6 has a pretty darn good trainer and jockey combination. So, but the 2 actually looks pretty good. Also, not the 2. Yeah, the 1 I mean looks pretty good too. But I think the 6 is the best combination.
Yeah, this could be a case between the tortoise and the hare because the 3 has that early lead advantage. Also is our simulation favorite. Unlike a lot of the other races today, Terry, almost all of them have hit par, and even the one that didn't was really close.
Yeah, that one was within 1 point of doing that, reaching 78 speed number here.
Mm-hmm. All right, so who's going to reach the winner's circle when it's done, Terry?
All right, well, as you can see, we both went with that 6 horse. Quarter Flash, she won her last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer and switches to high percentage winning jockey Paco Lopez. Then the 3 Tiz Race Day. She likes Parx racing. She's been in the money 64% of the time, winning 36% of those starts. The distance won't be a problem. She's finished in the money 50% of the time and won 33% of the starts. Beyond $1 million, the 2, my third choice, has finished in the money in 8 of her last 10 starts at Parx Racing, winning the last race, and she can go to the distance. And then number 1, Cindy Song, my long shot. She drops in class, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to pick the 4th, pick 4, Miami Vice, Don Johnson, 1, 2, 3, 6 with 2, 3, 5, 7 with the 4, 5, and finish up with the 1, 3, 4, a $48 ticket.
I'm going to begin with the 6-2 Quarter Flash. It is a tortoise and the hare, so it was a toss of a coin. Maybe after viewing that first race, I would slightly give the edge now to the 3 horse with that speed. But you got Quarter Flash, a closer versus a bunch of speed, does have that 8-point late speed figure edge, and it has Paco. And I personally prefer Paco on horses that either rate or come from a little bit off the pace. I'm not a biggest fan of when he's on the lead. I don't think that mental clock that Jose Ortiz talked about in our Horse Center show is as good as his mid to coming off the pace clock. 'Tis race day. The 3 horse is that simulation favorite. Should be forward, is our top total pace horse in there. Cindy Song, Mikel Sanchez gets off the 2 horse that he rode for the last 5 races. For this track dropper, Terry, I think this horse is live, probably the biggest threat to the 2 favorites. And then number 4, Classy Miss, was a tough call for me over the 2 horse. But every single time that they've run in the last 10 times, they squared up 3 times. And 3 out of 3, Classy Miss beat beyond $1 million. I mentioned that I'm going to go 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. The Noah +1 pick 4 style. So 1, 3, 6, 2, 5, 7, 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, and 4 for me. The linchpin race today, the one that separates the first 4 from the last 4, is race number 5, Terry. This one, Terry, is going to go back to a little bit shorter race.
It is. It's going back down to 6.5 furlongs. It's claiming race, $7,500 claiming price for 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won 4 races.
To get the fly, as they do in Chicago when the Cubs win, the 4th blue and white W flag at Parx. That's probably not what they wave in Philly, but we live in Chicago here. You're looking for horses that can get to the front, Terry. 33% of the time, the horse that wins the race to the quarter-mile marker will win the race to the 3.25 mile marker. Inside 3, they have the biggest post position edge, Terry, but you're not going to find the speed on the inside today.
No, it's all the way on the outside there next to that 8 horse. The inside of that 8, the 7 will have the speed getting out of that gate, and it shows lots of speed. So should get to that quarter pole first.
Yes, indeed. He's got a 1.5 length pace advantage as well. So expect Normandy Hero to be the leader at the quarter-mile marker. And that's in a field without really any early speed in here, Terry. You got co-pilots versus closers, and one that hasn't finished within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. Terry, that 7 out on the lead ought to find that to be a very happy place.
That's right. It's going to be very comfortable. As you can see by the percentage here, it's way above that 50% threshold that we like and way above the rest of the horses. So
yeah, 7 also over here, as we take a look at our speed chart for the first day, has the most upside as well. If you're looking for a horse with the average race that looks about the best, maybe the 2 or the 7, those 2 kind of fit in there. We see a lot of green here, Terry, as well for horses that have hit par.
That's right. As you can see there, all of them, but the 1 and the 6 have either equaled or exceeded the speed par number, although the 3 is only came within 5 points of doing that.
So the 5 horses are simulation favorite, Terry. Also, a top total pace edge in there of more than 2 lengths. So can the speed overcome the top total pace, Terry? What say you?
I like in this race number 5, Bobby's Candy. He likes Parx racing. He's finished in the money 71% of the time and won 10% of the starts. And at today's distance, he's been in the money 50% of the races, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. Then 7, Normandy Hero, drops in class today. His best start speed is fast among today's starters. He has a high percentage winning highest speed figure at today's distance, and he has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. And then the 2, Rabbit, he's got 3 wins at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like the 3 as my long shot one. His last race has a highest last speed rating and can go to the distance. No additional bets here for me.
I think Normandy Hero has too big of an early speed advantage. I hope what we saw in the first race holds up in the 5th race. Jamie Ness, Mikel Sanchez, but this one is run at 4 times at Parx. Hasn't hit the board in any of them, but today is by far the lowest class that his horse has faced in its last 10 races. Bobby's Candy does have that simulation favorite status, does have that top total pace of 2 lengths status. Problem for me with the 5 horse is he tends to hang late. 10 seconds and 21 races, Terry, so we're better to put him, but in 2nd place. Rabbit, that's the one that you're going to have to catch. Paco rides for trainer Brandon Culp. It's not a name I'm all that familiar with, but probably one we should be more familiar with, considering he wins 30% of the time after putting a horse out off the claim. And he's done it like 70 times, so it's not like he won 3 out of 10. And then Tiempo Perfecto. That horse there, Terry, had some better early pace, some better fraction and slash race. And according to Craig Milkowski from Timeform US, that pattern is one that finds itself in the winner's circle as well. And Terry, to find more horses that win and get into the winner's circle, because as I say, if you're not watching, you're not winning the late pick 4s that Terry had yesterday, both of them. Terry, so if you want to watch and win, what's the best thing to do?
Well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Listen, it doesn't cost a dime, and it's easy to do. And then go ahead and hit that bell. You get notified about all the different programs that are coming up at the time that they're going to come up. Go ahead and copy that link at the bottom and share it with everybody you know so they can come and check us out too. Go to our social sites and follow us on YouTube and X, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and let's see, what's another one? Blue Skies at Horse Race, the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like. Keep the comments and picks coming as we like to see them, and it really helps with the algorithms.
Yeah, anytime, any interactivity that we have, including when the show is over, Terry will post, or I will post, but Terry keeps track of it. all of the start times for every race, and we timestamp every race in the description on YouTube, so you can come back and watch every race, including race number 6, where Terry's about to share his best bet and why it becomes his best bet. Hey, Don Johnson, what track tomorrow? Good question. Tomorrow we are going to do Churchill Downs, and we'll start approximately the same time. Thursday is going to be Belmont at the Big A, the favorite track of all. I love this. Private Ross coming in afterwards saying his best bet of the day won already.
All right.
I love that. Michael, how are you? Hope you don't know the pick of the day, but the other day you gave me a 7-1. I had 40 to win. Hope you give one today. I did put out the 3-horse in the last race as my pick, so hopefully that keeps in there. York, I'm not sure about your question there, so can you kind of clarify that for me? And then I'm just curious, you're over in Ascot. Did you catch our videos and our picks over at horseracingtoday.net for the Royal Ascot today in that 5th race? It was my 3rd pick, but came home at 50-1. I mean, at 25-1. Had the exacta in the first race, paid $72 or something like that. So could have very easily made it profitable under very difficult conditions with deep fields and all that good stuff. We don't have deep fields, but yet we have a hard time picking winners anyway, Terry. So let's start with race number 6.
All right. So in this race here, as you can see, we're going to go to 1 mile and 70 yards. It's an optional claiming race. Again, it's a $16,000 claiming price, $26,000 purse. For 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for $16,000 or less, which have never won 3 races, or a claiming price of $16,000 or never won 3 races.
Yeah, they better shorten up those things for Terry's best bets of the day. We might not get to them. 3 minutes to post, so we're going to go through this fast. $170, be fast. Inside a little bit better than outside. The middle is okay as well, Terry. So we said be fast in race 6. So who's going to be fast?
Well, it appears to me the 2 should have the most speed in here. So
yeah, 2-length early speed advantage. 2 will be on the lead. Is a lone E in a balanced race in here. 2 also with a pretty good C-zone score in there. Terry, the 4, Freakazoid, a 7-point last race speed figure advantage, although the 5 is our simulation favorite. 4, 5, 1, and 7 are your top 4 total pace horses. Almost all of them showing some improvement last time out. Drum roll, please. Terry's pick of the day is number
6, Sunday Spirit. He's likes Parx racing. He's been in the money 100% of the time, winning 20% of the starts. At today's distance, 100% of the time in the money, winning 29% of the starts. The 4 won his last race, drops in class, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 100% of the races when dropping a horse off a win, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. He's my 2nd choice, 3rd choice. Heat Alert, finished in the money 5 races out of 6 starts at Parx Racing, winning 2 of the races and likes the distance. Number 6, Modern Era. He won his last race. He has a high percentage winning jockey, Paco Lopez, and he can handle the distance. I'm going to play the last pick 4. I'm going to use a 4-5 with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, with the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with the 3, 5, a $50 ticket, 15 to win, 25 to place on number 5, a $15 exacta box 4-5, and a $5 exacta box 1-4-5.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Freakazoid. Might be a Freakazoid today after running the top last race speed figure. 7 points better than everybody else. Crushed everybody in his first race at Parx after coming in from Gulfstream Park. You got 1 of 2 yes horses in here, the 4 and Terry's 5. The 5 with by far the top par plus number, perhaps persuasive towards his bet of the day. The other yes horse is Sunday Spirit. In the money, 10 races in a row. That's a pretty good number right there. It is our simulation favorite and our top total pace winner as well. I'm going to take a bit of a flyer with the 2-horse, Ryan's Fleet versus the rest. Strong chance to be that pace setter with that really heavy early speed advantage in here. 10-point early speed edge, better across the board, better fractions, strong C-zone. Look out if that 2-horse gets away with easy fractions. Number 7, Exclusive Dancer, most consistent horse in the race, better early fractions in its last race. My pick 4, I was thinking about doing like you, Terry, 4 and the 5. I said, you know what? I'm going to throw that 2 just in case. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 3, 5, and 8 for my last Don Johnson pick 4 as well. Race 2 about ready to get cracking here, Terry. So we'll talk about that one in just a moment. Let me pull that up on my screen. Well, they're still kind of walking around a little bit. So we can cover a couple things again. When the show is over, right here, Terry and I will post our picks and thoughts for today. Let's say Parx instead of Royal Ascot, but tonight, later tonight, we'll flip back over to Royal Ascot for day 2 of the Grand Festival over in England. Again, pretty good today in terms of, I'm happy when you got 20 horse fields and you got the winner in your picks. And then after, please hit that HRT gear. Come on over here, get yourself a horse racing today. Number 11 shirt, Terry, with the red on the back. Or you can find anything in here to your liking. It's a great way to support the show and look great. Another way to support the show is head on over to Guaranteed Tip Sheet. A link in the description for today's free picks at Presque Isle Downs. Please use the link in the description so they know where you came from. And then, Terry, let's go back to race number 2. We're just a minute or so away from that. Just a reminder from Don Johnson. He always keeps us on track and keeps the train running on time. Thank you, Don, for that. Tomorrow will be Churchill Downs. Thursday will be Belmont and Aqueduct. Unfortunately, no Foreign Friday, but maybe I'll for sure put some videos over on YouTube for our shorts. I was really keen on the 4 in this. Oh dear, I was really keen on the 4 in race number 2. All right, well, let's see what happens in race number 2. Or are you talking about a different race there?
I think he's talking about the 6 race.
Oh yeah, Freakazoid. Yeah, that horse has a good shot too, I think. All right, race 7 is what we're going to do next, but race 2 is about to get cracking. So let's see what happens in the second affair. Right now, the 6 horse is your favorite, Silver City Kitty. The horse with the 5 horse at 5-1. I mean, with the top last race speed figure getting 4-1. It's about fair for that. The 2 horse at 8-5 became your late favorite. So they're off and they're running in this race. And you got a lot of horses competing for the lead right there. The 3, the 5, the 6, the 4 horses kind of falling off of that a little bit. The 2 horse, even though we projected him to be out in the lead, being a lone closer, doesn't need to be out there. So I figured that might be the path that Adam Bowman took on the 2 horse. The 3 horse on the lead right now with the 5 and the 6. Opening quarter in 22 3/4 seconds as they make their way into the turn. The 4 horse going to have to go 4 wide. The 6 horse going to have to go 3 wide. Adam Bowman's going to have to let that 2 horse out if it's going to find the winner's circle. Hasn't let him out yet. Looks like it's going to be between the 5 and the 6 perhaps here, Terry. The 2 horse really going to have to get going here. Opening half in 46 15. We saw that at a longer distance hold up. So maybe the track is playing super fast today as that 3 horse has gotten away with the lead. And he looks like he might stay with the lead, although the 6 horse is trying to rally on the outside. It's going to be tough to run that 3 down there, Terry, but I think the 6, no, man, you're going to get 2 wire-to-wire winners right off the get-go today there, Terry. 3, 6, 4, 5, the 2 horse not showing up in race number 2. And, of course, the 3 horse is the very next pick for me, like always. I don't know how that works, but it does.
Yeah, I used it because I couldn't get over that 14-length win it just had. So,
yeah, it's always I mean, if you want a single horse in your pick 4s, folks, always just take the one I leave off in my picks because that's how it always works out. And I did it here too. So, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, just I don't know why. I mean, and it's the funny thing is it always works like that, Terry. And I don't understand why. So the 3 horse had a chance to be forward here. We see was in that mix right there. It was the second choice in the top total pace in there. 3 horse showed the only one to show fractional improvement last time out. Was the second par plus horse in there for sure. It also graded out as our top C-zone horse. So, you know, these sheets, I'm telling you, Terry, once we master them, we're never going to miss a winner again.
That's right.
Longest shot 5 in the 5 horse field, right? Yes, indeed. That's always the, according to Stephen Fielder, the way you play them. All right, Terry. Well, on to race number 7 we go.
That's right. And we're going to go to a 7-furlong race. In the 7th race, an optional claiming race, $100,000 claiming price. Purse $55,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upward. Allowance or optional claiming price of $100,000.
Yep, and at 7 furlongs. Well, I forget 7 furlongs. Let's just talk about the first 2 races. They ran 46.5. That's fast. Track's playing fast today, Terry. So let's just say the heck with all of the past performances. Let's look at some recency bias. If speed's going to win, Terry, this one's appropriately named.
Yeah, well, that's right. Speediness. The 4 has all the speed in the world according to the data. Should get out at quarter pole first.
Yeah, and you get to the quarter full first. Guess what's going to happen at Parx today, folks?
Well, so far you've been the one that wins the race. So.
Yeah, so pretty simple handicapping. 4 should be on the lead. It is your top total pace horse. It is your lone E in there, Terry, against everybody else who wants to close. It's also your top C zone. All right, forget it. We don't need to talk about anything else. Is the 4 going to win, Terry?
All right, so I like in this race the 4, Speediness. Ran second in his last race at Parx Racing, has the highest high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like the 3, Farmo Power. He won his last race. Best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. Big Boys Answer, the 1, third choice, won 4 of his last 6 races, so he likes to win. The Rail Post winning an 18% clip. He has a high percentage winning trainer, and he switches to high percentage winning jockey Paco Lopez. And then I like Shake 'em Loose as my long shot. He ran second in his last race. He has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me as I'm completely out of money.
Go to hell with it. The only thing you need to know today is Speediness is going to be on the lead there, Terry. The only Loney, mid-pack types and back should be on the lead. Top Par Plus by far, Ness and Sanchez. Based upon what we've seen today, if speed plays like that, ain't no way you're getting 5-2. Farmo Power, forget it. You might as well not even run. You're not going to be on the lead. But the resume says the second start after a layoff should have looked a lot like the first. And if late speed does at some point show up today, has some crazy late legs at times. We're really like, you're talking about stakes level stuff. One more scoop, making the third start after a layoff for that 2 horse. First off the claim at this price, Terry, best published work after moving to a new barn. So I paid $100,000 for this horse, Terry. Number 1, Big Boy. That's a lot to pay for a horse. No, $100,000. I would rather go out and buy for $100,000 like a 2-year-old or something that has a shot to maybe end up somewhere. But nonetheless, that's what happens when you have the deep pockets. Terry knows more about that than I do. Big Boy's Answer is the lone PC. Should be forward, gets the rail bonus, and has a high Par Plus number as well. I'm out of money too, Terry. And on to race number 8 we go for the beginning of the late daily double. All right, Terry, what are the conditions for the 8th?
It's going to shorten up a little to 6.5 furlongs. It's an allowance race, $41,000 purse, and it's for registered Pennsylvania bred fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won one Pennsylvania restricted race or races other than a maiden claiming horse starter.
Speediness is even money fixed odds in the UK. Yeah, I can see that. I'd like to see you guys promote honesty in horse racing, not so much for fixed Canadian races live scene. Michael, don't beat yourself up. You're doing a guy. You know, Michael, the funny thing, has always been my way in life. I've always held I've probably always been my toughest critic for sure. I don't know, you remember, Terry, when we were younger, when we were in school, we had typewriters, and thank God I probably would have been I lived a lot longer if we had word processors today. When I was a kid, I would type my reports. I was a journalism major, so we had all these big reports we'd have to do. And I'd get about 3/4 of the way through the page, and I'd make a mistake, and I'd get a little upset. So I would take the white out. You remember these days, Terry?
Yeah.
Try to type it back in there, and it just looked like hell. No matter what you tried to do, you could never line up the lines again. So you'd have, 70% of your sentence on one line, and then one word that was either elevated or dropped a little bit, and it looked funny because all of the stuff would kind of splash a little bit in the whiteout, and I would get so mad. It just ripped the page out, crumble it up, pretend I was Jordan, and go, why did you just do that? Now you got to do the whole damn thing again, right? Hi, Bala. Please neglect your picks. Please live races on YouTube. I wish we can do that, my man, but unfortunately, folks have licensing agreements, and Terry and I don't have millions of dollars to stand against them in lawsuits. So if we did, we'd stand right up there toe-to-toe and punch them in the mouth. But unfortunately, like Mike Tyson says, you don't know you're in a fight till you get punched in the mouth, and it's a fight we would absolutely lose. All right, well, hopefully, Terry, we can pick winners. You had 6.5 furlongs. We mentioned some early speed on the inside is the best way to win at that distance. It's a 5-horse field, so just take the longest shot. But other than that, if you want a speedster, it looks like the 3 is the one to catch.
That's right. That 3 has 50% speed number, and the rest are all way below that. So it should get that quarter pole first, as long as the jockey gets that horse out of that gate good.
Actually, we're working with some AI Private Ross on the second level of what we're going to bring with the smart sheets. It's going to be the smartest sheets by the time we get done with that. If I had a little bit more time, we'd probably get that done. Terry, in this race, only one horse has hit par so far. Doesn't have the best chance to do it again, but once you've done it before, you can do it again. And who's that?
That's the number 5, Moon Boots. And it reached in the past, it's either equaled or exceeded this par number of 85 for this race. And then as you can see, the 2, 3, and 6 came within 5 points of doing that. As far as today's race, looks like they all have a little bit of a chance. About the best chance, according to this, is the 3 to reach and exceed the speed par number.
Yeah, we have a perfectly balanced race here. 2 front runners, 1 that wants to be in the middle, 2 that want to close. It does look like the 5 has the most upside in the race. Moon Boots. So Moon Boots has a good shot, perhaps, Terry. Being a yes, it's the longest shot in a 5-horse field again. 3-horse Imperial Azteca, that speed horse, also grades out as the top total pace horse in here. But it's a pretty close race on that regard. Terry, it looks like a 2-horse runaway in terms of jockey and trainer.
That's right. It has the best jockey and trainer by quite a bit, so it's best combination for this race.
Yeah, quite a bit the best C-zone in there. Does it quite a bit make the top of your picks in race number 8?
Yeah, I like the 6, Jump a Fox. He likes Parx racing. He's been in the money 73% of the races and won 27% of the starts at Parx. And she has won 2 out of 2 starts at today's distance, so she's got a perfect record. She has a high percentage winning jockey, True Phenomenon. The 2 is my second choice, finished 3rd versus similar in her last race, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and switches to high percentage winning jockey. And then the 3, Imperial Azteca, is my 3rd choice. She won her last 3 races in a row, and she has the highest lap speed rating, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. And then the number 5, Moon Boots, has the best start speed among today's starters, and she likes the distance. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
So I'm going to go with the 2-horse True Phenomenon, although Terry and our good friend York Shamrocks Football Club are in agreement on that 6-horse, Jump a Fox. But for me, True Phenomenon, that one, Terry, Sanchez has become the first call for Jamie Ness. I know that. Used to be Frankie Pennington, then Ruben Severa. But anyhow, nonetheless, he gets off the 3-horse here, Imperial Azteca, who he rode 6 times in a row, including 3 wins. It's got to be a reason why he takes True Phenomenon over Imperial Azteca. If not, he did win 3 in a row. None were close. 3 consecutive speed figure increases for Imperial Azteca, but maybe a peak in terms of speed figures. It's jumped. If you see here on that 3-horse, the speed figure goes from 67, in these mid-60s to an 80. So either, like Terry pointed out with that 3 and that big pounding win, that's why he put it in his pick 4 in race number 2 there. If that keeps in there, but I think you might see a little bit regression. Moon Boots, the 5-horse, is the only yes horse, and Stephen Fielder's longest shot in a 5-horse race. So, yes, indeed, that horse merits a selection. And then finally, Jump a Fox, tough call over the 4. Just more consistent. It's also York Shamrocks and Terry's top pick for this race. So you know what? Put it in your picks as your top pick, because in my pick 4, it's the next one, and it's not in my pick 4. Guaranteed winner. Yeah. All right. The last race for today before we return tomorrow, as we pointed out already, at Churchill Downs. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, that if you're watching us on X or you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching on X and you haven't followed us yet, please do. If you have watching on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you're watching on YouTube, head on over to X and subscribe. And if you're watching on X, go over to YouTube and subscribe, because sometimes, as you know, for one reason or another, some of those systems are down. So if YouTube is down, you can watch us on X, and if X is down, you can watch us on YouTube. That was a little bit of a tongue twister, Terry. So your turn to fill us in for the last time today.
All right. Well, we're going to go to 6.5 furlongs for the last race of the day, and claiming race, $5,000 claiming price. Purse $18,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, which have not won a race since December 17th.
Yes, it's 6.5 furlongs. We've talked about it multiple times. Got a belly full of those races today. You're looking for inside speed. Not yet today. It looks pretty nice now. We got a beautiful day in Chicago so far. Inside speed, inside 3, Terry, they have the best chance if they can get forward. And, well, one of those horses on the inside is one of the 3s, and looks like that 3 is going to be giddy up and going.
That's right. Take a look at that 3, how much speed it has. It has quite a bit of speed here, 61.9% as far as the data goes.
Yes, and a pretty big early pace edge over everybody else, about a length and a half as well. A lot of yes horses in here. Terry, any overlays that you see in our simulated odd column?
Yeah, the 7 has an overlay from 2-1 to 6-1, and the 8 has 9-2 to 8-1, and the 8 is 2-1 to 6-1. So there you go.
Our race shape here could favor the 3 as well, Terry. Look at that. Loney, everybody else wants to be middle back. 6 horse so far, not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. And along with a great chance to be on the lead, Terry, there's another opportunity for a great run from that 3.
This horse is going to be very comfortable running in this race at what they have. And it got 88%. It's way over that 50% threshold that we like.
Yeah, we've seen this many times. The horse with a huge early speed advantage and a huge comfort zone advantage, as our good York friend Shamrocks says. Wire to wire for the 3 in there, Terry, although the 8 horse looks like he might have something to say as our top total pace horse, 6 points away, and the only class dropper moving down 1 length. So the 8 horse, is it going to be the closer, or is it going to be the rabbit, Terry, in the finale?
Well, I like the 5 so swell. She ran second versus similar in her last race, has the highest last speed rating, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 3, Sue Ellen Minsky, I guess. Minskin. She finished third versus similar in her last race as a favorite, but she has a trainer who wins 31% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. Her best dirt speed is fast among today's starters, switches to high percentage win. Well, she switches to high percentage winning trainer. And then the 4 Buxom finished third versus similar in her last race. Her early speed running style will help her chances. And she has the highest speed figure at today's distance. And then I like the 2 as my long shot, finished third versus similar in her last race at Parx Racing. And she switches to a high percentage winning jockey. That's it for me.
I'm going to go with Sue Ellen, Michigan. That horse gets to the front. I agree with York. That bad boy is going to go wire to wire. Catch me if you can on that lone E. Does have a maintenance workout between races to keep the saw sharp and add to the late race stamina. Pop the champagne roll. The 5-8 horse is our simulation favorite. It is the only class dropper. Does have that top total pace of a handful of points. Third up, so you know that race should be pretty good, right? Classic handicapping angle. This horse has run 5 times at the distance. Terry, do you know what finish it had in all 5?
Win.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
5 races out, 5 seconds. So why put the horse anywhere else? So swell, the 5 horse, that's next for me. Missed by a neck at this level last out. Showed some better early pace. And then finally, number 2, Crema Caramel, I guess. Better across the board, better fractions, and Mikel Sanchez takes the mount today, the top jock. I had $12 left, 2, 3, 5, and 8 for my finale out of my $100 wagers. Again, here are our picks for the first part of the day. In race number 1, the 1 horse won easily. In race number 2, the 3 horse won easily, both of which got to the lead. So forget the rest of our picks. Take a look at our smart sheets. Maybe look at our picks and figure out which one's going to be on the lead. That might be the best way to the winner's circle today, as 2 horses have made easy work of the rest of the fields, running fast fractions too. So I think that's a heavy indication of a speed bias today. Looking at our remaining bets, race number 3, I got 20 to win on the 3, $5 exact key box, 3 over the 125, and then a $1 double, 3 over the 1246. Race number 4, maybe I can get back into the pick 4 action. We'll see. Terry's been dominating those the last couple of days. Let's see if he can keep that up. Race number 5, no picks. Race number 6, Terry's best bet of the day, that 5 horse, although York also likes the Freakazoid in here. He's a little bit happy about that one. Race number 7, no picks. Race number 8, race number 9, a 50-cent trifecta box to close it out. All right, again, we'll be back tomorrow for Churchill Downs. Again, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, no matter where you're watching. Take a look at all of our social sites. If you have any questions, comments, let us know. I greatly appreciate all the comments today, Terry. Don't you feel like it makes the show go easier?
It does, and I enjoy to see them, and I learn a lot from some of these comments, so that's pretty good. Sometimes they'll do a pick, and if I'm playing the horses and I don't have that particular one in my pick 4 or pick 5, I'll throw it in there. So that makes and it's helped me a few times. So,
well, I wouldn't call it necessarily smart money, Private Ross, in the last 2 minutes. What you have are betting syndicates. So folks who go through and they crunch numbers, kind of like we do with the smart sheets, and they have, say, our simulation odds, for example. They have fair value for those horses. So we would call those our simulation odd here, fair value. So, for example, in this race, if the 8 horse was like 4-1, they're going to pound the hell out of that horse because they're getting more money out of the bet than they should. Sometimes they overdo it, though. And you see that a lot at places like Charlestown, where a horse leaves the gate at 2-1, and at the quarter mile marker is 1-1, and at the half mile marker he's 1-2, and at the finish line he's 1-10.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens, Terry, but anyway, any final thoughts from you before we part company today, and look forward to a fun day in Louisville, Kentucky?
Yeah, if you're playing the Ascot races, make sure you check out Tom and Rich's picks. They're doing really well. They do really well at pouring over there. They're both pretty good at picking foreign horses. Know a lot more than I do. Other than that, stay safe and have a great time. Give all your loved ones a kiss and a hug. Never know what's going to happen. See you tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. Take a look at those horse races tomorrow at Ascot. I will post the shorts again over on YouTube, and then I will link to our full commentary on horseracingtoday.net. While you're there today, make sure you pick up a hat, a t-shirt. Get free picks today, guaranteed tip sheet at Presque Isle Downs. And no matter what you're doing for the rest of this day, we certainly hope that your endeavors, your goals, everything is filled with God's grace, God's favor, and ends up in our favorite place, Terry, and that is
the winner's circle.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow for Hump Day with Hollywood Hay at Churchill. Till then, make it a blessed Tuesday.